All right, let's please continue then. All right, so we were here, and I remember that we started the grammar explanation, but we were only able to do one practice, right? Or we didn't do any practice at all?
Um, I think I don't remember good.
Right, I think we just did the Kahoot one.
Yes, yes, I think that, yes.
Mhm. Actually, we have two. There you go. Please work on this other Kahoot practice and let me know when you finish, please.
Okay, I'll let you know.
Thank you.
Did you have already finished?
Great. And how did you do in this practice?
I think good. I got two wrong, I think.
All right, that's amazing. Well, let's now review on the usage, okay? We review how to make affirmative, negative, and questions using the structure of the past continuous tense. Now we are going to see the usage. When do we use it and how? Well, we are going to be using the past continuous to express interrupted actions in the past. For example, they were waiting for the train when I spoke to them. So as you can see here, the interruption is with the word when. Parallel actions. I was studying when my mother was watching TV. Or I can also say, I was studying while my mother was watching TV. While. Story background. While I was driving to work yesterday, I saw, I don't know, you can say, I saw a dog crossing the street. Also to express a past habit, like I was always cooking when I got home from school. To talk about a specific time as an interruption, last night at 6 p.m., I was eating dinner, and here is the interruption. Emphasis of length of action. I was working in the garden all day. Arrangement in the past. I was upset because I was leaving there that morning. Also, a series of parallel actions. When I came to school, the school bell was ringing. Many students were running towards the garden. Teachers were going out of from their classrooms. So as you can see, we have all these uses whenever we are using the past continuous tense. And also we are using time expressions like when, while, constantly we can use at that time, in those days, all morning, for hours, and always. Doubts or questions about this?
Um, Upset is like bored, isn't it?
Upset is like angry.
Okay.
Mhm.
And what does it mean like towards?
Towards, oh, it's a preposition of place, like location, towards, hacia, towards you, towards,
Okay.
mhm, direction, preposition of direction.
Okay, I think that anything else.
All right, let's please work on this last practice using the past continuous tense. Let me know, please,
Okay.
when you finish.
Okay.
Thank you.
Did you have already finished?
Great. And how did you do on this last practice of the past continuous tense?
I think good. I got one wrong.
All right, that's great. So, any doubts or questions about this?
Um, can we use this this time with something that has happened a long time ago? And like I don't know, when I was in school in 2015, I was doing my homework at this day at this hour. Can we do that, or it is not possible?
Well, it will depend on the context that you would like to use it. And you have to remember that the past continuous tense expresses a continuous action, but about something that happened in the past. You can say, well, when I was studying at the university or when I was studying at school, no, something like this, right? So when I was studying, when I was
Okay.
learning, right? So yes, you can talk about story from the background. Yeah, of course, in the past, no? Yes,
Okay.
you.
Okay, understand. Thank you.
All right. Well, next we are going to be reviewing models of preference. And well, as you can see here, we have three modal verbs. Well, actually, they both of them are the same. The first one is would rather, and well, here we have an example given. I would rather read a book than watch TV. So that means that you prefer reading instead of watching TV. Prefer. I prefer reading books to watching TV. General preference. And here is a specific, no? Read instead of watch TV. Would prefer, also a specific. Today, I would prefer to read a book rather than watch TV. Specific preference, general preference. And this one is also, I think it's specific. It's just expressing a preference. All right. But here we are very, it's like specifying, no? Rather than watch
Okay.
TV. So you can use would rather, prefer, or would prefer. And
Okay.
these are the
There's
models
any
of
difference? Any big difference between this
between which ones?
and between those three? Between
Well,
these
as
three.
you see here, just whenever you're using prefer, you're expressing a general preference. General. Would prefer is very specific.
It's very specific.
It's very specific. Would prefer, as well as would rather. Now here you're just expressing with would rather something that you would like instead of another one. But this one would prefer is very specific.
Okay. And after prefer, we have to use the verb ing and the infinitive, isn't it?
We have here infinitive, yes, would prefer, followed by an infinitive, and then the verb in the base form. Here, would rather, we can have a verb in the base form and verb in the base form because this is in the present tense. And this one is talking about a continuous action using the present continuous tense. As you see here, both of the verbs are in the ing form.
Okay. Then in the second example, could be I prefer to read books or not.
You can say, I prefer to read books instead of watching TV, you will have to change the preposition too, because you're using it before, not after.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay, yeah, I think that that will be all.
All right. Well, let's please work on the practice. There you go. Let
Okay,
me
I
know.
will do.
Thank you.
Okay, teacher, I've already finished.
Great. And how did you do on this practice?
In good, I think that I got one wrong.
Oh, that's amazing. That's perfect. All right. So model of preference. Let's move forward, please. Well, next thing you're going to be reviewing in this unit is the comparative adjectives. And well, we have the specific rules that we have to follow whenever we are making the modification on adjectives. All right. So we are going to review these rules. So whenever we are going to be changing an adjective into the comparative form, well, we have to pay attention to the syllables. For example, the first one syllable adjectives, we have to add ER. So we will say longer than, taller than, all right? Here, if adjectives that end in one syllable end in E, we just have to add R to make it comparative. Cute, cuter, large, larger. Here, adjectives that end in a consonant, vowel consonant. Well, this is a rule that we have seen before whenever we were changing verbs from present to continuous form, consonant, vowel, consonant rule. We have to double the last consonant and add ER. So big, bigger, hot, hotter. And well, let's make examples with this. From longer, we can say a giraffe's neck is longer than a rhino's neck. Like Peter is taller than John. Her niece is cuter than mine. Louise has a larger band. Elephants are bigger than ducks. The weather in Jamaica is hotter than the weather in, let's see, the Patagonia in Argentina. Let's move on. Two-syllable adjectives. Well, here it's going to be easier. Why? Because most of two-syllable adjectives will just have to add more before the adjective to make it comparative. So from honest, more honest, famous, more famous. So we can say like John is more honest than his younger brother. I don't know. Let's see. Elvis Presley was more famous than I don't know, let's see which artist. Than YouTube. Two-syllable adjectives that end in Y. We have to change this Y for I and add ER. So from happy, happier, from crazy, crazier. So can you think on an example with happier?
Um, my dad is happier than my professor.
Good. And crazy, crazier?
My dog is crazier than my cat.
Great. Two-syllable adjectives ending in ER, LE, or OW take ER to form the comparative. So from narrow, narrower, gentle, gentler. As you see here, because it's ending in E, just add R, right? So narrower, gentler. So from narrower, can you make an example with narrower?
No, what does it mean this?
Oh, estrecho, angosto, ¿no?
Okay.
Narrower.
The I mean, could be the Atlantic Ocean is narrower than the Pacific Ocean.
All right. And gentler?
Gentler is gentil.
Yes.
Okay, then. My son is gentler than yours.
Great. All right. So here, adjectives with 3 or more syllables. We add the word more. So here, expensive, more expensive, difficult, more difficult. And yes, please, with more expensive and more difficult. 2 examples.
Apple is more expensive than Samsung. And maths are more difficult than um, okay, and physics are more difficult than maths.
Okay. Irregular adjectives. Well, the same way we have irregular verbs, we have here irregular adjectives, which are going to be changing their writing form in the comparative. So from good, it's not gooder, it's better. Bad, worse. Far, farther. Little, less. Many, more. So you are going to be using these adjectives whenever you are going to be making comparative sentences. Can you think on an example with better, worse, farther, less, and more?
And with each one of them.
Yes.
Okay, I am better at maths than my brother. This Your homework is worse than your mates. Yes. Your house is farther than mine. This is less expensive. No, your cell phone is less expensive than mine, and you are more beautiful than she.
Okay, you are more beautiful than her.
Than her, yes.
Yes. So just a note to remember that when comparative adjectives are used, the word than appears after the adjective, right? So worse than, better than, more difficult than. And we are going to be using the verb to be in the present tense and the verb to be in the past whenever we are talking about past comparative sentences. All right. Well, is there any doubt or question that you have about the rules?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, very good. Let's please work on the practices. There you go. That's the first one.
Okay, I'll let you know.
Thank you.
I've already finished.
Great. And how did you do on this first practice?
Thank God I didn't get any wrong.
Right, great. Here you have the second practice.
Okay, then I'll let you know.
Thank you.
Teacher, I've already finished.
All right, we have one more practice. There you go.
Okay, okay. Okay, teacher, I've already finished.
Great. So we are going to stop here and remember, right? All these activities in grammar review is from unit number 3.
Okay.
You already have the assignments open, so let's please work on the survey and that will be all for today. Thank you.
Okay, it's done. Okay,
All right,
teacher,
thank you very much.
then thank you too.
See you
Have a great
tomorrow.
day. See you tomorrow. Goodbye.
The same for you. Goodbye.